Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today we have the battle of Crimson versus Cardinal as we host Alabama. They're ranked 12th, we're ranked 10, and we're both coming off pretty important wins. And for Alabama, that win was against 19th ranked Georgia, 48-31. And that was a big win for them as they previously lost to Ole Miss 38-17 in a game which their offense very much struggled. Taking a look at the individual stats, their quarterback here, in Wang, 2 interceptions, only 55% complete. They also struggled to get the running game going. However, if we look at the Georgia game where they put up 48 points, it was kind of a tale of the opposites. Wang had 6 touchdowns, still 2 interceptions, just under 60% complete, and the running game had a lot more success. And that seems to be pretty key for them because as a season total, no one necessarily standing out in the receiving group in terms of more receptions than anyone else. Odom has done the most with his receptions, the big play threat, with a long of 75 this year. And defensively, they've got a few guys to look out for along the front. The redshirt freshman and Patrick Loper, 4 TFLs this year. Sack-wise, they have Justin Okoronkwo, the senior, with 5, and Isaiah Faga, another senior, with 3.5 sacks. But we have more than just this season on the line in this game. We have several recruits scheduled to visit, including Virgil Rowland, one of the top receivers in the nation. Additionally, we have Eric Mendez, the free safety, coming in second in all of free safeties. And keeping along that same trend, second in all of running backs, Joe Wesovich. And we're hoping Montrell Avant can lead us to a big win as he is finally, for the first time since week 1, healthy heading into this game. But only time will tell if we can find our way to victory. But we're underway as the boot is through. Keenan set back to return. Angles left side. Stopped at the 16. It'll be a long field here for the Cardinal to head out. Bryce Haddad having a pretty good senior season. And it was the seniors last week that led the way for the Cardinal. They'll need them to step up even more this week. As it's going to be play action, rolling right side. It's out for Buck, who gets the catch. Good block downfield from Blouse. And Cardinal already up to the 40-on-1 play. They're going to need every level to come together, and that's already a great start here for the offense. 1st and 10. They go RPO out to Moses, who they say fumbles. This might be further reviewed. As for now, it stands a fumble scooped up by Alabama. They're breaking out the turnover belt, but will it be all too soon? Well, no review came in from upstairs. Coach Barrington throws the challenge flag. And we see very much there, that knee is down. This will be overturned. Well, the offense can retake that field. Bama could put that belt away. It's 2nd and 9 at the 42. Parrish has to cut back in and maybe gets back to the line. A quick stop there from Alabama. They're actually going to mark it a loss of 2 with 2 spread either side here. A 3rd and long. As they're going out for Lanier, the redshirt freshman gets the catch. Toe taps at the 30. We're seeing some big plays in the passing game to start off this one. And a great play from the redshirt freshman. Parrish takes the handoff left side, and no one gets to the second level. Alabama doing a great job here containing the run. Passing has been the better so far here for the Cardinal. As Avant, he's just going to step up himself, sliding down prior to the line to gain. As the Cardinal do, bringing out Dog here for the 3rd and short. He takes it left side. He's got the first down, gain of 4. That gets us set up inside the red zone. First time today. Throwing right side, Blouse, he gets a grab and a gain of 7, getting out of bounds. Of course, he had a phenomenal game just a couple games ago, over 200 yards. Dog takes the carry left side, and they mark it 3rd and 2. That's a bad spot. It looked like he was standing over the line to gain, but not what was given. They go back to the same play here. Dog goes right side and stopped at about the 1. It'll pin big versus big here as they're just the length of the football away. And sneak into the end zone goes Montrell Avant. Cardinal take an early lead here. Passing game worked to success. Running game got going later on, and they cap it off going up 7-0. And combine that with the challenge 1. That's just about as perfect of a start as you could ask for here. We've got a long game in front of us. Bama takes the field here first time today, handing it off, getting a little high step over the top of the linebacker, picking up 6. Of course, we saw when the running game gets going, opens up the passing game here for Bama. We got to make them one-dimensional. As Riley stopped, nowhere to go. That'll force a 3rd and 4. Bunch to the left side here for Alabama. Double A gap look for us. We bring the blitz, able to get the dump off to Riley. He's got the first down. Can credit that conversion to the O-line holding up long enough for Wang to find that pass. 1st and 10. As they go to the counter, Riley, 4 straight plays, picks up another 5. Can very much tell the game plan out the gate here for Alabama. Get that running game going. As they go play action, Donald Camp picks up the sack. A major loss here for Alabama, brings up a 3rd and 17. A great play from half the senior pair at safety. Now, Cardinal backing up the coverage here with that 3rd and long. They try to set up the screen, but the DTs combine for another sack. Bama will head off the field, and Wang might have been a little bit shaken up following that hit. But when you have a combined near 650 pounds landing on you, well, that makes a little sense. Offense starting here at the 42. Parrish goes left-hand side following the block of the transfer guard in Brooks. However, there is a flag down, it looks like on the left tackle, Amodi Nigbun. That will take away the yards gained, make it 1st and 16. At least the positive was it happened 4 yards downfield. Cardinal looking to air this one out, but Avant couldn't shake the rush. Is a big sack for Alabama. We'll make it 2nd and 22 after we have our break here. First quarter comes to an end. And not looking too great for Bama, net 0 on yards. Meanwhile, our Cardinal, they have a touchdown lead here as we get the 2nd quarter underway. It's that 2nd and long. They go play action, tossing this one out to Aneni, gets the catch, picks up the loss from the sack, but it still leaves a 3rd and 16. Cardinal get back to the line quickly here, bringing out 5 different receivers. Trips to the right-hand side, leaving 2 to the left. Avant, he's going to step up, but doesn't step up quick enough. A sack ends both drives here, 2nd go. And for Alabama, that's pretty key to keep them well in this one early on. Cardinal not able to take a 2-score lead. They start their next drive at the 24. A little bit of some play action, pass downfield, and a 1st down up to about the 45. That's the first time they've looked downfield today. As they go play action again to Riley. Used him to set up that first drive. Check down with some space to run, picking up another 1st down. That's the tight end in Peterman. Taking them to the plus side as they come out now 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They go back to Riley and big blocks down the middle, taking out the DTs. It's definitely a much better drive here for Alabama compared to their first. 2nd and 2, and getting upended, Richardson meets Riley in the backfield. An absolutely monstrous hit there, and kind of crazy how he even found his way in there to get that hit. Good knock away, Hennessy forces a 4th and 3 field goal unit out here. As that is looking true, and it is. Alabama on the board here. They make it 7-3. They're doing a great job of making this a game as we expected. They'll kick this one off. They got Ed Keenan back to return as he'll take it down the middle, again angling right. Big hit comes in, and Alabama recovers. This time they could break out that belt, but they won't, with a touchdown waiting in front of them as they start inside the red zone. Riley takes it to the outside. Asher slows him down, cleaned up by Richardson. Well, this could play a key pivotal point in this game. A big swing, potentially 10 points on the line here as they throw outside and broken up Asher. Outside corner's doing pretty well out the gate. They run it on third, and Riley's down to the 2. A good back and forth game here for their play calling. Passing setting up the run, and run setting up the passing. As they go with a delay, Sumlin reads it. Of course, he's coming off his best game as a Stanford Cardinal. Gets the stop in the backfield, 2nd and goal. They go back to Riley, and another stop from the front 7. That leaves them 3 yards away from a lead here. As they go spread empty. Under pressure, Cantwell gets the sack. We've already picked up 3, and we're not even to halftime yet. For the special teams, they get bailed out. Defense stands, forcing a field goal attempt here to still keep the Cardinal in front. As it is just inside that upright. Keeps this game a Cardinal lead 7-6. And Keenan will safely call the fair catch. Cardinal will hit the field here at the 25. 3:11 left here in the first half to try to widen that lead. And throwing downfield, finding Buck, but he steps out of bounds. If he just kept that right foot in, he would have had the catch for sure, but instead it's going to be 2nd and 10. They go RPO, and ball pops out again. It's still down. Alabama dives on top of it, and that one looked to be another true fumble. It would appear our Cardinal not prepared for the big hits Alabama have brought. 1st and 10 of the 24. Again, setting them up for another big play, and Rico Coat read it. Somehow, he doesn't even get the tackle, let alone getting the pick that was thrown right at him. Wang just gifted him an opportunity. That's probably why he's had a pair of interceptions the last 2 games. Riley takes the handoff. Big hit from Donald Camp. Unfortunately for us, Alabama knows how to hold on to those. They hand this one off, and another big hit sends us inside the 2-minute warning. It's another 3rd and 7 here to force a field goal that would still give up the lead. And under pressure, it's a sack again from Nelson. That is 4, if not 5 already. A great start from the defensive front, but the offense and special teams has to hold on to the ball. Will be a field goal attempt here. Barely made the last one. This time it's a chip shot right down the middle. Alabama finds the lead, 9-7. With 1:15, offense can once again take the field here. You're wondering what changes, if any, Coach Barrington going to have to try to deal with the big hits coming in. Throwing out late and bobbled by Buck. It was a good job from Avant to get the ball out, but the guy has to make that catch. Does not happen that time. Play action roll all the way across, throwing it out, and caught Blausey to about the 50. He's had a phenomenal start to his sophomore campaign. And for Montrell Avant, he's already cracked 1,000 yards passing this year. He definitely has had the most success of any of our quarterbacks passing that ball. Look to see more of him throughout this game. 1st and 10. As they will look to pass, rolling. They have a Nenny, and he holds on to it. He's another guy coming off a really good game last week. Tight end 2 here for the Cardinal, getting that group back involved a little bit more this year. Under pressure, throwing. There's a flag down. Haddad swats it away from himself, and it looks like there's another penalty on Amodi Nigbun. That's now 2 holdings on him in this first half alone. 34 seconds left in the half. It's 1st and 20. And trying to set up the screen, barely getting it out. The DT's got back there just too quickly. Gonna have motion here. Blausey over to the left-hand side. They swing it his way. Pick up a block from Haddad. Try to wiggle through. A good stiff arm. And still rumbling. Getting the first down. A timeout called. Cardinals still have 2 remaining. And what a play from Blausey. He just continues to surprise this team. He's really grown a lot since last year. Pass to the outside and caught this time. Buck, gain of 4. Avant put a whole lot of love on that one to get it out there cleanly. As they'll look to pass the ball here under pressure. Looked like he was going for Parrish. It looked like that would have been a good plan too. He had some space. 3rd and 6, 15 seconds left. They motion him out. Throw to the right-hand side. Caught by Blausey, who's trying to get out of bounds. Coach Barrington will call a timeout anyway with about 10 seconds. Still plenty of time, though, for college football, and a timeout in that back pocket. As he throws across the middle, it's caught. And then he just shy of the end zone. Final timeout is called here. And with 6 seconds, you got to be pretty quick about this one. Can't take the sack either. You need some points. As he tosses this one up and swatted away from Blouse. Now this is a extremely tight window for ETN. But he nails it. Cardinal regain that lead 10-9 as we hit halftime. All in all, a really good game as expected, as we have two top 12 teams. Out the gate, Stanford defense, they really put a lot of pressure on Alabama's offense. They got a lot of pressure in that first half, but it was Alabama's defense that forced turnovers, and that is what has led this game to be as close as it is. Well, the real treat has been a healthy Montrell Avant. Offense is flying through the air as he's 66% complete. If we tune up the running game, we could walk away with a big win. But before the offense can continue their high-flying affair, it's the defense who's got to maintain this lead. 10-9 as we start the second half, and making a big play in the backfield is Cantwell. Now, Coach Barrington did say at halftime he is suffering some injuries, so we'll see some rotation. Levine's going to come in right for him after that play. 2nd and 13, and a big stop across the middle, Richardson. We've been calling his name a lot today, and our Carlisle's going to check in at the DT spot in this rush situation. As it's 3rd and 9, they hand it off, and Carlisle is there. A quick stop from the defense. And you could give the credit there to the depth that has been built up here by Coach Barrington, and that's why these recruits in attendance today are very, very important. Parrish takes the handoff. He takes this one all the way to the outside. Haddad with a great block. He's headed down the sideline, one to beat, and he slows him down, stopping him at the 14. That's a great play to see from Parrish. Need the running game to still be a part here of this offense. As they set up the wide receiver screen, get it out to Haddad, who makes one guy miss on the outside, but contained. Will be just a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. And they go RPO to the outside. Blouse, good block again, and he dives across the goal line. Stanford extends that lead. Now do they go for the point after, or do they try a cheeky 2-pointer? They do settle for just the 8-point lead, but with the special teams flocking on the return, Bama starting back at the 9. As they go with a delayed handoff, and all over it, we got Nelson. Riley does do well, however, to pull out 4 from that gain. They go with the read option. Sony Fotu, he's all over it. We really haven't got to call his name much the last about year and a half. But it's great seeing him make some big plays, especially in these big games. And talk about big plays, the DTs have come to play today. Another sack in on Wang, as they will be punting from the 5. Who could have predicted a Pac-12 line dominating an SEC line? Well, if you've kept up with the college football of this year, might make a little bit more sense than you would expect. SEC has not been as good, as everyone now gets to pay players. Good scramble there from Avant. Cardinal down to the 23, looking to extend that lead. They go Parrish, cuts it to left-hand side, can't bounce it. Great stop from 13. That is Ramon LaRue out of Florida, making a big play there for Alabama. 2nd and 11. Play action Avant. He's going to roll to the right-hand side and throws it out late. Blouse nearly found his way to the end zone, took a second tackle. That's arguably one of his biggest improvements this year, has just been his ability to break tackles. Parrish, he's tackled in the backfield. Cardinal tried that RPO, did not pan out. 2nd and goal. Back in the pistol set, Avant. He throws and finds Haddad, will pick up a few. That leaves the Cardinals still needing 4 more yards to cross that goal line. They go play action, rolling to the left-hand side, has a window, and through the hands of Buck. Avant could have scrambled in, didn't take that opportunity. ETN with another chip shot here, and this time it's a 2-score lead for the Stanford Cardinal. as they carry all the momentum here in Palo Alto. Alabama's going to have to start making some big plays as they go play action. Tossing it right side. There's no one there. Picking up one block, slipping another tackle. And it's a big gain for Flowers. He's up to about the 42. So far today, only the tight ends finding some big catches for Alabama. They got to find a little bit more. As they go, the RPO themselves chopped out by Camp. That forces a 2nd and 8. They'll go spread empty. Wang looking to throw. He goes left side. Quick stop by Jalen Day-Sumlin. And unless they want to punt again here, they're going to need to convert this 3rd and 2. They come out with a strong pistol set. Hand it off Riley, but from the weak side, Sony Fotu gets that stop. We'll head into the 4th from there, and Fotu is putting together a nice one. 3 TFLs and a sack. And this week could very much be shaken up by how these games unfold. But as for our Cardinal, they are doing their part to help solidify themselves as a top 5 team. They just got to finish here as we start at the 25. Handing this one off down the middle. Parrish, no room. The front 7 of Alabama have made some big plays today. They're going to need them to come through in a pretty big way to wrap this one out as it's thrown out and through the hands of Haddad. That's a pretty big missed opportunity for the Stanford Cardinal here as they're making changes. Avant with a tight defense here. Press coverage on the outside. They'll try to get that deep ball. Haven't looked for it yet today. And good stop downfield. It will be a punt. Spencer Levine in coverage. And it'll be pretty good field position as well for Huang to head out here with his offense at the 42. As they go more play action. Getting this one out and a big hit on the tight end, Rico Cote. He was sat waiting, and Peterman, he took a large hit. 2nd and 7, lofted downfield and not caught. Was through the hands of Hennessy. Nearly the interception. We were needing to cut that drive a little short. 3rd and 7, they hand this one off. Riley, he gets a stiff arm and bursts forward for the 1st down. Cardinal almost made another play around that line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, though, inside the 40. They bring the blitz. Huang throws and caught. That's Caleb Odom making his first grab. Again, he's been that big threat here for the Alabama offense. 2nd and 5 as they hand this one off. Riley, he's not getting by Rico Cote. He's another guy similar to Sony Fotu. We don't call his name much. That's because he's straight up locking dudes down or eating up blocks and letting other guys make the highlight plays. 3rd and 5 as they throw across and dropped. Apparently we're not the only one dropping passes today. Well, that does set up another field goal attempt, but blocked. Brandon Nicholson will be taken over at the 41. We remain 22-9 as the former slot corner, now a special teamer, makes the big play. We talked in the opening about this game needing to be a 3-level affair. Well, special teams gets involved there. Gordon Draft in at quarterback as he keeps it, but a great stop from the slot corner. It's Levine again. So they've got him moving around this defense. 2nd and 14. So they go to hand this one off. Parrish, he's trying to use those legs to stretch it, but Alabama can keep up. He's maybe able to leg out a gain of 1. A quick 3rd down, 3rd and 13. As Avant, he's drifting to the left-hand side. He's got a receiver open across the middle, and Buck finally holds on to that pass, rumbling down to the 30. The Cardinal were holding their breath on that one, but that big play breathed a little bit of life into this team as they have started to, have a little bit of a lull. Passing out of the sack and finding Buck again, where they can just find a little bit of consistency with their tight end one. He could really be a big threat. And throwing out of another sack. Luckily, that one not counted as a fumble. But they brought the corner on the blitz, and it nearly hit home. 3rd and 5. Hard count will be a free play here for the Cardinal, as that should be a touchdown, but it doesn't look like he got that foot in bounds. We'll check on this penalty here. And indeed, the Cardinal do accept it. They get the 1st down there. They did not call that a touchdown. 1st and 10 at the 19, a heavy look as they loft it out, and getting the catch is Gomez, the true freshman tight end. But Avant's touch in this one has really been fantastic, really putting Outside of that missed throw just a few plays ago, the perfect amount on it. Parrish, RPO down the middle for a couple. And now we see a couple rotations here. We got Gordon Draft back in at quarterback. Montreal Dog comes in at that fullback spot. And Draft pitches it, but going nowhere. In fact, losing yards on the triple option brings up a 3rd and goal. At the 8, about 2.5 minutes left in this one. Avant back in at quarterback. As he's rolling, has another receiver. This time, getting the touchdown grab is Moses. Coach Barrington has done a fantastic job of keeping these redshirt freshmen well involved in the offense. And with that score, unless Alabama can pop off a couple big plays here, might have been the nail in the coffin. Cardinal are up 27-9. Quick throw will be a gain of 6. The Crimson Tide has just not been able to find too many big plays offensively. They find the catch here to Odom, and it does carry us to the 2-minute warning, plus moves them up to the 34. But they've got to hit some bigger plays. They need a lot of touchdowns, and they need them quickly as Marcotte got beat deep. He's got a lot of speed. Was able to get back to it, but the coverage could have used a little bit more improvement there. That's the big kind of play the Bama need. They're to the opposite 30. A minute 50 and counting. They have all their timeouts. They're going to need some onside mixed in here, but touchdowns got to happen first. And with Riley, who's had some of their best plays so far, he helps them there in the passing game. Quick throw avoids the blitz, though Kevin Riley is a little bit injured on that play. A shame, as he's had a pretty solid game for Bama. Hopefully for the young fella there, it's not too big of an injury and he's able to rebound quickly. 1st and 10. As his team will continue on here, they pass the ball to Peterman. He gets the catch, gain of 6, and the first timeout is called. They got 2 more remaining, and then they need several touchdowns. Passing the ball into the turf. Perhaps the pressure there, throwing that one off. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Obviously 4-down territory, though, for Bama. They got a split backfield. Looking to throw this ball, and going out late, it's picked off. Antonio Asher. As he tries to find room to run, he's actually going to be giving this offense the ball at the 3. And an injury on the play is Cantwell. We heard Barrington talking about him trying to fight through pain earlier. And hopefully he too will be able to come back quickly. But starting at the 3, trying to put this game officially away. Montreal Dog takes the carry, gain of 2. And Alabama is not calling their timeouts. This play clock is rolling. As Dog gets away from the defender, a late block to help. And the Cardinal will have to snap this ball at least one more time, though it will not be in the kneel down situation. 3rd and 3. They hand this one off. Montreal Dog is short, but no time left on the clock. The Cardinal are the better of the flavor of reds, as the Crimson Tide could not pull this one off. They were held without a single offensive touchdown, 3 field goals, and that was largely gifted by their defense, who picked up several key turnovers forced. Montreal Avant, a great game, and that passing game soared today. 220 yards total through the air, 2 passing touchdowns. Avant had 1 more rushing touchdown. And shout out to the defense for their 5 sacks and many TFLs. And as it should, we get some commits following that game. First off is the 5-star receiver who watched that passing game today and knew he had to come here. Virgil Rowland out of Harbor City, California. We then also land Eric Mendez, the free safety from Plano, Texas. And we make it a 3rd as Joe Wesovich out of Chantilly, Virginia comes in, and he might be the power back after Montreal Dog and might get very well stuck in. He's got competition though, but that is a great trifecta to bring in. And for us, it's a terrific start to our recruiting class as we have landed 4 total 5-stars, which does put us on the top above Oregon, who has honestly stolen 2 of 5 stars we were in a battle with. Again, they committed to our former DC, who is now the Ducks DC. As we still have a long season to go, a lot more recruiting to do, and we have given a visit for pretty much every 5-star outside of Jason Blair. And the reason why we have not is because we can't schedule him till week 13. And right now he has schedules with Pitt in this upcoming week. He's got a visit in week 10 with Maryland and week 12 with Virginia Tech. So we're trying to put in on as much points as we can at this point to try to get him to commit before he goes to all these other visits. But we still have to get him in that top 3 and then try to finish it off. So this will come down to the wire. And at some point, perhaps if it gets to week 13 and he has not committed to either us or these other 3 teams, we will give him that offer. But we are now officially at the point where all 5 stars we could possibly bring in are already being recruited by us, and we're doing pretty well in those battles. So we will officially now start to get into some of these battles for the 4 stars we've been keeping an eye on. We're not doing particularly great in some of them, but they're not out of reach, and we got 325 points. We'll spread out, and these will be guys that will just help fill in the roster for the future. While that win was great against Alabama, we move up to 4. We cannot overlook our next game. The Irish have not done great out the gate. They are 3-3, but they still have a really well-built team. 90 overall, 89 offense, 92 defense. And 2 of their 3 losses have come to ranked opponents. Indiana took them down by a field goal. They then lost to Michigan a little bit more handedly, and then against Michigan State 27-19. So they're not on a great stretch. But we need to come ready to play each and every week, especially if we're to find our way to the playoffs and win the Natty. And as it stands, we're doing pretty well with that with our national ranking. We, however, are not doing particularly great when it comes to our conference ranking, as Oregon, just as last year, they are above us with a 2-1 record. We do face them shortly. Colorado, California, and Arizona are above us, and of course, Colorado, they're our only loss this season, so we need them to drop games to overcome that. We can handle Cal, as we'll have that rivalry game later on in the year, and perhaps Arizona, they're having a bounce back year because they were not particularly great last year. But as we bring today's episode to an end, hit that bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down to the sub button and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have the Jaguars over on Madden Tuesdays and Thursdays, as we've recently started a new season over there. A lot of big plays happening there, a lot of big plays happening here. We got a rival up next. We will see you there as we are on the road headed to Notre Dame.